This was just disclosed by John Deaton. If you are currently in possession of XRP tokens or have an interest in XRP, it is imperative that you pay attention to the most recent developments around the cryptocurrency, learn the most recent XRP news, and gain an understanding of the potential influence that it could have on the value of the coin. In the video that I will be sharing today, I will respond to these questions and give important information that has the potential to positively affect the price of XRP. This film is the result of much research that I completed, thus it is imperative that you view it in its full so that you do not miss any important understandings. First things first, before we get into our first issue, let's have a look at the chart and see how XRP performed on May 1st. Shall we begin? In a nutshell, if you are interested in participating in our daily giveaway of 50 XRP, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel. Kindly like this video and leave a comment with the hash XRP. Best of luck. The current price of XRP is $0.49. The trading volume over the past 24 hours has been $1.5 billion. The price of XRP has increased by 0.8% during the past 24 hours, while it has decreased by 9% over the past week. There are currently 48 billion XRP coins in circulation, and there are a total of 100 billion coins in circulation today. Note that it is possible that these prices have changed by the time you see this video. Please keep this in mind. This article is not intended to serve as financial advice, and investing in the cryptocurrency market is fraught with danger. Therefore, prior to making any investments, you should conduct your own research. Now, let's begin watching the video. Today's news regarding XRP. Ripple's appeal preparations from the SEC cast a cloud over the future of XRP. Updates concerning the SEC vs. Ripple case reverberated after the court's decision on the motion to strike filed by Ripple on Tuesday, April 30th. In response to Ripple's move to strike expert testimony and related exhibits, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) submitted its opposition brief against the motion. Ripple is required to submit its response brief to the opposing brief submitted by the SEC by Thursday. As of the 2nd of May, Judge Sarah Netburn is tasked with determining whether or not SEC Enforcement Division accountant Andrea Fox was a summary witness or an expert witness. In addition, Judge Netburn is tasked with determining whether her testimony and the exhibits that accompany it constitute fresh expert testimony or whether they are a summary of previously presented testimony. In the event that Judge Netburn grants the request to strike, the court will disregard the content in the SEC's opening brief that is connected to the post-complaint account. It is possible that a decision in favor of Ripple will have an effect on the SEC's argument for a punitive disgorgement and an injunction. In addition to the briefs that pertain to the motion to strike, the Securities and Exchange Commission is required to submit a reply brief on May 6th. Once all of the remedy-related brief filings have been completed, the ultimate process is the reply brief. On March 22nd, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) submitted its opening brief, and Ripple submitted its opposition brief on April 22nd. Because there is no trial for investors to consider, XRP and Ripple are in a state of uncertainty until a court's decision is made regarding the penalty for Ripple's violation of U.S. law. Securities legislation. On the other hand, the SEC is expected to appeal the decision on the programmatic sales of XRP, which will result in the case being extended into the year 2025. The third component of the Howey test was not satisfied by the programmatic sales of XRP, according to the decision that was handed down by Judge Annalise Sartors in July of 2023. The constant possibility that the SEC would file an appeal against the decision on programmatic sales continues to be a drag for XRP. The SEC versus Ripple case is getting closer and closer to the deliberation stage, and there is action in the SEC versus. This is Coinbase. Increases in coin could occur. The SEC versus the Coinbase platform. John Deaton, a candidate for the Senate, is a Bitcoin lawyer. John Deaton, the founder of Crypto Law US, and a candidate for the United States Senate, submitted an amicus curiae brief on behalf of 4,701 Coinbase users on Friday, April 26th. The move that Coinbase has made to seek an interlocutory appeal against the finding that was made on the motion that Coinbase has made to dismiss MTT is supported by the amicus curiae brief. The motion to dismiss the charges for operating as an unregistered securities exchange was denied by Judge Catherine Fila in the month of March during the court proceeding. A reference was made in the preliminary statement to the SEC versus Ripple case, as well as the SEC's argument to file an interlocutory appeal in order to oppose the ruling regarding the programmatic sales of XRP. The statement stated that the cryptocurrency industry, there is an urgent need for legal certainty in the United States, and this includes users of Coinbase. When it comes to the Ripple case, almost everyone, including the SEC, is in agreement. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission (CC), an interlocutory appeal can be justified where there are substantial reasons for a difference of opinion. Judge Annalisa Torres denied the Securities and Exchange Commission's SE attempt to initiate an interlocutory appeal against the verdict regarding the programmatic sales of XRP in October. What the results of the SEC versus were. The case of Coinbase may have substantial repercussions for the marketplace for digital assets in the United States. It is possible that a victory for Coinbase might put a stop to the SEC's reign of regulation with enforcement. In addition, a victory might put a halt to the SEC's efforts to appeal the order regarding the programmatic sales of XRP. In the event that you are still viewing the video, you can be of assistance to the channel by giving this video a like, subscribing to the channel, and making sure to keep tuned so that you do not miss anything significant. It would be a waste of time to squander any more time. Let's go on to the next part of the film. The attorney for XRP, John Deaton, has criticized Gary Gensler of the SEC for infecting the entire agency. The attorney for XRP, John Deaton, made a scathing response to Gary Gensler, the chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, and accused him of infecting the entire agency. This came in the midst of the consensus case. John Deaton, a major advocate for distributed ledger technology XRP and a lawyer, has launched a scathing attack against the Securities and Exchange Commission CEO and Chairman Gary Gensler. He accused Gensler of continuously enforcing regulations that were not in good faith and of infecting the entire agency. John Deaton, an attorney for XRP, has criticized Gary Gensler, the chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission. When Deaton was feeling frustrated, he resorted to social media platforms X to express his feelings. At the same time, he made the following statement: with all due respect, it is time to serve multiple subpoenas on Gary Gensler and the SEC in addition. He made reference to his amicus brief in the lawsuit between Coinbase and the SEC in order to assist in comprehending the situation. He went on to say, "This is an amicus brief that I submitted in the Coinbase case, and I strongly recommend everyone to read it. Within the brief, there is a section that provides evidence that Gensler is a regulator who acts in bad faith and has infected the whole agency." In response to the comments made by the chairman of the House Financial Services Committee, Patrick McHenry, about the current legal struggle between consensus and the SEC, this criticism has been issued. Just a few short months after a federal judge sanctioned CC enforcement lawyers for lying to the court, McHenry made his assertions without holding back even a single word. According to newly discovered information, Chair Gensler himself lied to Congress. In addition, McHenry brought attention to Gensler's appearance before the Financial Services Committee in April of last year, in which he declined to respond to questions concerning the classification of Ethereum by the Securities and Exchange Commission. One of the allegations made by the chairman of the HFSC was that Gensler's silence was an intentional attempt to mislead the position of the commission. He noted that the classification of Ether as a security is in direct opposition to the assertions that the SEC and Chair Gensler had made in the past. This is just another illustration of the agency's way of regulating digital assets through enforcement, which is characterized by its arbitrary and capricious attributes. At the heart of the consensus case is a demand that the Securities and Exchange Commission (CC) formally admit that Ethereum is not a securities. However, the previous stance taken by the SEC makes the case more problematic because the regulatory agency may end up contradicting the statement that it has already made. Bill Morgan presents an alternative viewpoint of Gensler's attempt to mislead Congress. A further attorney for XRP, in response to recent arguments over the classification of Ethereum by the SEC, Bill Morgan provided his response. Morgan elucidated further. None of this is even somewhat true. The SEC does not consider ETH to be a security